Hey there everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Lauren of Lauren Makes Plans, and today I'm here to plan out the week of Monday, May 26th through Sunday, June 1st in my Hobonichi cousin. This week I have this kit from Planner Kate, which is mini kit 724, which is the Memorial Day kit because Monday is Memorial Day. And I have the Hobonichi Cousin weekly 1 and weekly 2 like usual. And I'll show you last week. I did not get this filmed. I know I always say this. It has been, like, there's just been so much. And I didn't get this filmed. I did not actually even get these stickers put down until like Wednesday or Thursday. It's just been, it's been a lot. And I can tell you more about that in a minute. It's also been a lot this week that it is also Wednesday that I'm filming this on the 28th, and it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's already like halfway through the week. I thought about not filming anything at all because it was already so late in the week, but the same thing happened last week, and honestly, the same thing will probably happen again in the future. So I'm just gonna put a plan with me up there late, even if it's late, because that's what I can do right now. So that's what we're going with. So I'm gonna start with the bottom washi on this kit for Memorial Day week, even though Memorial Day is over now and I can't put stickers down straight and I just ripped the page. That's fantastic. That's just kind of fitting for this day. So first off, let me start by telling you what has been so hectic the past couple of weeks. If you have followed along for a while, you are aware that my husband is a pastor. I don't know where my tweezers are. There they are. But if you have followed along for any length of time, you're aware that my husband is a pastor in a Southern Baptist church. He has been the pastor of where we are currently for the last 5.5 years here in North Carolina. And about a week and a half ago, he resigned his position as pastor of our church. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you probably saw that. So there has been a lot going on surrounding that, a lot of mental and emotional things going on there because we love our church and love the people in our church, and we are sad to be leaving, but we just know that it's kind of our time to move on, which is hard, and there's been a lot of things surrounding that going on. One of the main things being that we live in the church parsonage, which, in case you don't know what that means, it means that the church owns a house, and that house is owned specifically for the purpose of the pastor of the church being able to live in that church as part of his compensation. So we live in a church parsonage. And since he has resigned as the pastor of the church, we now will need to be moving because they are going to need a new pastor, and their new pastor will very possibly need this house, which is all just part of ministry. So that has a lot going on. So we are moving. We do have a location that we're moving to, but I'm not quite ready to share that information on YouTube just yet. But as soon as we are ready to make that like fully public, I absolutely will share that. It's just not quite time for that just yet. But yes, we are moving. So there's been a lot going on in relation to that series of events. Let me write in the week of before I forget. So that's happening. And then on top of all of that is happening, I think we'll do this one maybe. Today, specifically, this particular day, Wednesday, that I'm filming on, has been extra wild because for the last 3 nights in a row, Judson has thrown up in the middle of the night in his bed, which has just been fantastic. You know, that's what everybody wants their week to include, is a child throwing up in the bed every single night. But that has been our week so far this week. And he hasn't had any other symptoms of anything. He's not throwing up during the day. He's still eating like normal. He's hungry, no fever, nothing. And then I think that he's fine. And then he goes to bed and he pukes in the middle of the night. So that's fantastic. So after the 3rd night of him throwing up, I made an appointment at his doctor to get him checked out to make sure that he was all okay, that there wasn't anything urgent, to make sure, like, because I was thinking like reflux or drainage, because he has really bad allergy issues and asthma, and this is his worst season and all of those things. So I made him a doctor's appointment. He stayed out of school today. And on the way to the doctor's appointment, we were halfway there on a back road where there's nowhere to stop. It was absolutely pouring the rain. And Elliot started throwing up all over himself and his car seat in my car. So that was fantastic. It was just completely fabulous. So we were going to be 15 minutes early for our doctor's appointment, and we pushed it to being right on time, almost a couple of minutes late to the doctor's appointment, because I had to pull over in the rain. Fortunately, I happened to cross the gas station that had a covered area that I could park at, but I had to pull over at a gas station and dig through things in my car. I happened to find a pack of wipes and an extra change of clothes, which was just straight a miracle from the Lord, to clean Elliot and his car seat up and get him changed and make sure he wasn't going to throw up anymore before we went the remaining 1.5 miles down the road to the doctor's office, where found out that most likely we have contracted some sort of odd stomach bug that is presenting differently in my 2 boys. So that's today. That's what's currently happening with us. And that is why there has not been a whole lot of videos, because I'm packing to move and I have sick children and all these other events and things going on, and it's just a completely wild and exhausting time. And I haven't had time to turn around, much less put stickers in my planner, which makes me sad because I like to put stickers in my planner. But I have been kind of keeping up with my daily. So even though I'm doing this week now, I've done the last couple days on the daily pages here, which I am still absolutely loving these daily pages. So at least I'm keeping up with something. But here we go on the weekly plan with me in this wild, wild week. So Monday, let's see here. Let's start with these little cutesy flowers for Monday. There was no school on Monday, and I don't know why. It's been a while since I've pulled out my mild liners. I don't have all the colors, but I have most of them, and being honest, I found a pack on Amazon where they sell like a whole set of the 35 colors, which is all the colors that mild liner makes, all in one. And some of my mild liners are probably getting close to 5 or 10 years old. They're still going strong, but some of the tips are kind of frayed a little bit here and there, and the words are starting to rub off. And I don't have all 35 colors, and it's impossible to know which ones I don't have. So I ordered that whole entire pack, and it will be here tomorrow. But until then, I don't know why. I've been kind of on a mild liner kick lately. Every so often, I just get the urge to go through and shift and change up what I'm using. I still love my Mr. Penn ones. I still love the Erin Condren ones that I've been using for a while. But every now and then, I just get the urge to change it up. And mild liners are the old faithful, tried and true of planner and journaling favorites. And I've gone back to my mild liners. So these are the colors I have pulled out to match this kit this week, which I'm not even sure what they are. This one is cool gray. This one, I don't know what the technical name of the color is. This is one that the name of it is written in Japanese, but I think it's one of the newer colors. It's like a light pink. This is one of the OGs. This is dark blue. And another one of the OGs, this is just red. So that's what I'm using for this kit. And there's no school. There was no school on Monday because that's where we're at here on back planning half of this week. There was no school and Casey was off work because of the holiday. So we actually went after church on Sunday night to my parents and spent the night with them and went to church with them. And then Monday we did a lot of visiting family around because our families live close to each other. So we just did a lot of visiting with like Casey's grandparents and his parents because they're missionaries to Brazil and they're going back to Brazil this week. So we did a lot of like family visiting, and then we drove home later Monday evening, which I guess I could put in here that we did. See, this is an older one, and that tip is just a little bit frayed out there. The colors, they still mark nicely. I don't really have a reason to replace them except that I just want the new colors. Which is, you know, it's fine. It's whatever. They'll be here tomorrow. And that is driving home. I think I have a family time sticker in my binder that I could put on the little post-it note. Because apparently this is my thing now, just finding all my stickers as I go and as I plan. And we did not do the ATM or anything because we were out of town and also the banks were closed. I do think I have a family time one. Just have to find it. Maybe I don't. I swear that I did though. Maybe I don't. I really thought I did though. All right, moving on. So that was Monday. Tuesday was more like normal. Let's do a stripe here with the little bows. Tuesday, it's been absolutely rainy and disgusting all week long. And I had to be out in it all day yesterday on Tuesday. It was terrible. I hated it. But it was fine. We got what we got. We got done what we had to get done, and it was fine. So Tuesday, I had to go to Target because Elliot was down to his last 3 diapers, and he can only wear one specific brand, and Target is the only place that sells them unless I order them, and I didn't have time to order them because he was almost out. So then I also did the ATM. Let me see if I can find them. What color do we want to use? I have so many sheets of these and I don't know how that happened. Let's go with maybe the pink, I think. And then we did groceries, which this pen that I'm using this week is the Sarasa Mark On in the 0.5. This is like the ugliest pen body ever, which I know for sure because I already thought it was ugly, but my husband, who doesn't pay attention to anything, saw me writing with it yesterday and was like, that's the ugliest pen ever. And it is. It's not aesthetically pleasing like many of the other ones I use, but it writes really, really well, and it's a really good option for the Hobonichi paper because it doesn't smudge like at all. And it's a really good lefty friendly option. You see here, I wrote with it and then immediately did a smudge test to rub over it and then did the highlighter, and there was nothing. This is the Uniball one that I've been using, and there wasn't much, but you can see a little bit of a highlighter drag. But with this Sarasa Mark On, there was nothing. So it's ugly, but it works. It does the job. It definitely does the job. So let's block off a grocery time here. All right. And oh, we did speech therapy too. I forgot. I was like, there was something else that we did yesterday and I couldn't think of what it was, but it was speech therapy, which actually we went to speech therapy before we grocery shopped, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. And then today has been a whole day all on its own. I have a sick kiddo sticker that I will absolutely be using because that has been our day today. I really probably should just leave this binder open. What a day. And then we had a doctor's appointment for Judson. I know there's a doctor thingy on here, is there not? Oh, it's right there. Like, I know there's one on here. Where is it? And now that I'm home for a brief amount of time before it's time to go pick up Kennedy from school, I am filming. And I'm gonna try to get a couple different things filmed while I'm at it, because who knows when I'll have time to sit down here again and do this. Let's see, I have... And while I'm at it back here, I'll go ahead and pull out an edit sticker. It's most likely just going to be this one video for this week on Friday. And then I'll have a couple other things I'm going to try to get filmed. No, I don't need that one. A couple other things I'm going to try to get filmed right here and like batch a few things all right here together. That will be ready for next week. Also, I'm going to probably just not be posting videos through the month of June much after next week, because we will be traveling through the month of June, and I don't have time with traveling and packing to move and everything else we have going on to film and edit and schedule content ahead of time. So I will probably just take a break in June and possibly even July, because we'll be moving in that time frame as well. And I don't know like how long it's gonna take to get settled and back in a place where I have time and space and ability to film. So I'll probably post some next week and probably not be posting a whole lot for the next month or so, which really bothers me. Like, I don't want to just leave you guys hanging like that, but I don't really have a whole lot of other options at the moment. I've thought about possibly attempting to like vlog some of our travels and our moving stuff. So that could be a possibility, but it's also a strong possibility that none of that will actually happen. So just most likely will not be much content going up for the summer at the current moment. But we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. All right, that's through Wednesday, which is through today. Thursday, let's get to something in advance. I'm gonna say Thursday is what, the 15th? Ooh, no, Thursday is the 29th. I'm like way off. We don't have anything on Thursday. No plans. So Thursday will probably, for me, will probably be a good chunk of house cleaning. Like such a good chunk that I think I'm gonna put it on one of these, because it'll probably be some house cleaning and cleaning out and organizing and packing and, you know, all of those sort of things. So I'm just gonna mark it as cleaning and what happens in that time frame is what happens in that time frame, whether it's cleaning or cleaning out or packing or just straight up clean. Like, I don't know. But that's what's probably going to happen. Mostly on Thursday. Probably also some laundry. Which I don't think is going to fit on this tiny little sticker. Like, that's bigger than the actual sticker. Because I'll probably do a lot of like the just typical cleaning and laundry by myself on Thursday while Casey's at work. And then he's off on Fridays. So Friday and Saturday, we will probably take some time to work on cleaning out and packing some areas that we want to tackle together to determine things that we might want to get rid of and things we might want to keep. So that's that. Friday is also no plans. Like I said, probably a lot of packing and organizing and cleaning out things. Which I did get this little sticker sheet from the Coffee Monsters Co. that is like moving emojis that are cute. So we'll probably be doing a lot of that. And then that'll probably take up most of Friday. But Friday night, I know for sure I want to watch the K-Love Fan Awards. I made Casey watch it last year. He doesn't really care much of anything about music, but I do, and I love contemporary Christian music, and it's the K-Love Fan Awards, and I voted, and I'm invested, and I want to watch it. So that'll be Friday night. And then Saturday, also not a lot of plans, probably some more packing and cleaning and organizing type things. But Saturday is our anniversary. Not that we'll do anything for it, which is totally fine by me. I'm exhausted and would like to just be chill. But it is our anniversary, which I'll probably write in with my brush marker. And then Sunday is normal. I know I said that he has resigned his position as the pastor of our church, which is true. But he gave them like a notice. So our last Sunday there will be June 29th, the last Sunday in June. So we'll still be there through the month of June. And then we'll have Sunday school. And it's also payday, which let's put on here. I would use the straight edge. I'd probably have better highlighter marks, but it's fine. And then Sunday afternoon, Kennedy has, there it is. She has her first ever piano recital on Sunday afternoon, which she's really excited about. That's like, she is the one that's having the hardest time with moving. Like it's hard on all of us. But she's 8 years old and she has a lot of friends and she's having she's struggling with the idea of moving, especially like she just started playing piano back in October and she loves her teacher and she loves going. And so she's kind of struggling with moving and that. So she's having her first piano recital, which I think is good for her before we move. And I think for this one, we may use my little piano emoji wherever it went. There it is. Oh, that one's perfect for a little piano recital. So cute. And then also on Sunday night, we are having youth at church. Which maybe we'll just stick on this one here on Sunday night. Okay. So let me check this because I think that there was some sort of little emoji something that, yeah. This one is kind of like a little buddy something situation that is cute, I think, for youth. Okay. I think that looks good. So I'm going to fill all of this in. Oh, I forgot my church sticker. I was about to say I was missing something. Here it is. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna fill all this in with the pen. Again, like I said, the Sarasa Mark-On in the 0.5, and then my Tombow brush pen that I love. Okay, So there it is. There's everything all filled in. I really like how this turned out. I think it's really, really cute. And it makes me feel a little better that I have it planned out before the week is over completely, and that I have at least something to share with you guys. So stay tuned for next week's Plan With Me, because I am ending this video and immediately starting to film that one, as well as June's monthly Plan With Me with my Coffee Monsters Co-Kit. And I'm also gonna try to at some point get another Bible journaling video filmed, all to be coming up within the next couple of weeks before I have to take a break for travel and moving. So I hope you enjoyed this Plan With Me. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you know when I post new videos on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching.